What's Going On in Room 223 by Dan Ray Devon. It's the last day at Vermilion Academy, and Miss Verma is ending the day with a poem for her second grade class. Okay guys, are you ready to end the school year with our last poem? Yeah, let's do it, said the students. Okay, well let's do it. Now I know it's the last day of school, but just remember to use whole body listening like Billy and Santiago. Turning on the projector, Miss Verma informs the class, now guys, the poem I have for you today is called What's Going On in Room 223. I'm going to read it out loud the first time, and I want you to watch and listen. All the kids looked and listened carefully as Miss Verma read the poem. With confidence, Miss Verma reads, What's going on in room 223? We all have come a long way since coming to VSA in 2017. From letters to sight words, reading, retails, and so much more, we are now ready to take the jump and see what third grade has in store. It takes more than one teacher to make an impact in the world today. Let's hear what Mr. Rice has to say. As I was listening, I thought I saw Mr. Rice outside the window. I just had to say something, so I raised my hand. Miss Verma, where's Mr. Rice? Is he not here yet? Billy, Mr. Rice will be here. I know that you all like working with him. You betcha, Miss Verma, said Marquita. In fact, Mr. Rice let me use his big blue glasses one time. Turning over his left shoulder, Santiago chimed in, Well, Marquita, you might have gotten to wear his blue glasses, but I got to wear his bug glasses. Whipping her head around, Oh yeah, Santiago? Well, Mr. Rice chose me to read to a student in kindergarten. Oh yeah, Marquita? Things start to escalate between Marquita and Santiago over Mr. Rice, who seems to be the most popular aide at Vermilion Academy. Santiago and Marquita, let's get back to the lesson. Looking at their teacher with respect, Santiago and Marquita responded, Yes, Miss Verma. Miss Verma walks over to the basket and takes out the blue finger pointer. I wonder what she is going to do with that, thought Santiago. With the finger in her left hand, Miss Verma said, Okay, class, all together now. I'll be looking around to see who gets to be the teacher helper. The teacher helper will have the honor to point the words with his finger. I'll do it first so that you can see. Miss Verma waves the finger pointer and says, Now 3, 2, 1. Miss Verma points to each word and reads the poem aloud with the students. What's going on in room 223? We all have come a long way since coming to VSA in 2017. From letters to sight words, reading, retails, and so much more, we are now ready to take the jump and see what third grade has in store. It takes more than one teacher to make an impact in the world today. Let's hear what Mr. Rice has to say. While reading the poem the second time, Miss Verma sees Jenny closing her eyes and waving her hands in the air, as if she was conducting music like Mrs. Jackson. She then looks at Marquita and sees that her eyes are only on the beanbag. Miss Verma then looks at Jeremy and sees that he is looking at his shirt, daydreaming about basketball and swimming. Gazing over at Francisco and Billy, Miss Verma thought, Francisco and Billy, they have been the teacher helper many times. I think it is time for somebody else. Looking at Santiago, Miss Verma thought, well, he is sitting correctly. His eyes are on the screen and is paying attention. But is he ready? Miss Moon did tell me that he had struggles in first grade. It took him longer to do in-class work and homework. In fact, he repeated first grade, and Miss Moon informed his parents to enlist Santiago in speech classes with Miss Brown. I know that I have done my best, but that Mr. Rice has done a lot for him also. Well, let's find out. Miss Verma walks over to Santiago and hands him the pointer. Oh, Miss Verma, thank you so much. I'll do the best that I can. Good, Santiago. Do I need to show you? No, Miss Verma, I think I can do it, but I'm very nervous. Santiago replied, Miss Verma, you got this. You have come a long way. Class, why don't we all root for Santiago? This is his first time as a teacher helper. Come on, Santiago, you can do it, yelled Marquita. Billy chimed in. Santiago, you are worthy. Yes, Billy's right, said Jeremy. You are worthy, but you are also special and have a future. Guys, said Miss Verma, I have an idea. Let's raise our hands for Santiago and yell, Si se puede 3 times. Miss Verma, that's a great idea, claimed Jenny. With all their minds in one accord, Miss Verma and the class yelled, Si se puede, si se puede, si se puede. Feeling the hairs on his skin rise, Santiago stood up, walked to the front of the class, and gave a nod to Miss Verma. With a baton in her hand, Miss Verma said, Okay, class, for the last time. What's going on in room 223? We all have come a long way since coming to VSA in 2017. From letters to sight words, reading, retails, and so much more, we are now ready to take the jump and see what 3rd grade has in store. It takes more than one teacher to make an impact in the world today. Let's hear what Mr. Rice has to say. Suddenly, there are 3 hard knocks at the door. Well, class, said Miss Verma, I wonder who that could be. It's Mr. Rice, yelled Billy. Miss Verma calmly retorted, Well, Billy, how do you know? It could be Mr. Phillips. Looking at Miss Verma with his shoulders shrugged and a big smile on his face, Billy said, I just know. Seeing the excitement on the students' faces, Miss Verma asked, Class, should we let our guests in? With her hands raised, the class yelled, Yeah! With her heart racing a mile a minute, Miss Verma rushed to the door, opened it, and saw that it was Mr. Rice. Why, hello, Mr. Rice. What brings you to room 223? Well, Miss Verma, I happen to have letters for your kiddos. Do you mind if I put them in their mailboxes? Miss Verma responded, No, Mr. Rice, I don't mind. But do you have anything else you wanted to share? Well, Miss Verma, I wrote a letter to the class, and I wanted to read it to them, if it is not a problem. No, Mr. Rice, not at all. But I do have to start my writing lesson in 5 minutes. The class is all yours. Thinking to himself, Okay, Mr. Rice, you got this. It is the last day of school, and you'll miss these students. However, you are getting a teaching position next year. It's just at a different school. Also, look at the names of important teachers and mentors on the floor. Each one of those names has made an impact on children's lives. Think of the lives you will be able to touch with this new teaching position. Maybe you'll find your name Jaime Luis Rice on the floor one of these days. Just go in front of the screen, read your letter, and put the letters in the children's mailboxes. With these thoughts going on in his mind, Miss Verma stepped aside as the children waited with anticipation as Mr. Rice walked in front of the white screen. Hey class, I have some letters just for you. I will put them in your mailboxes, but before I do this, I want to share something. Mr. Rice takes out a piece of paper and starts reading. Well, first, I would like to say this class has been the best. You have made strides, made friends, and passed your tests. But now this is the last day of school, in which we all must depart. Please do not forget about me and keep everybody in your heart. Do not forget that each of you will get a letter. Read and cherish it and make it last. Read it out loud many times, but please do not read it fast. And when you read, do not forget about your reading tools. Don't forget about the 5-finger retail, or you might just lose. The power to understand and the power to solve problems in this world. You all can have an impact everywhere you go, my boys and girls. Just remember to love everybody as you love yourself. I will keep a mental picture of all of you as I remind myself about the purpose of teaching and the purpose of why I care. It has nothing to do with fame or money. Teaching is just being there. For those who are confident and for those who feel lost, having an impact on just one child is all worth the cost. Of time and playing spent away from home, I will keep you all near to me like you never know. I know this is the last day that I will set foot in this school. Miss Verma and I love you all. Have a rad summer and keep it cool. Tears start to roll down some of the students' cheeks. Miss Verma could not hold herself together and yelled, Okay, class, it's time to give Mr. Rice a big, big bear hug. First came Santiago, Jeremy, and then Jenny. Next came Francisco and Marquita. Last came Billy. Soon all the students were around Mr. Rice. While waiting, Miss Verma thought, "Oh, I need to get a picture," so she moved to a good spot, moved the beanbag out of the way, and took one with her cell phone. Looking at her cell phone and seeing that it was 2:30, Miss Verma told her students, "Okay guys, it's time to go back to your spots for riding." The students went back, but Billy was still hugging Mr. Rice. "Hey Billy, it's time." "No, Miss Verma, I was the last one and I want more time." "Billy, it's time." "No, Miss Verma, I want Mr. Rice." Seeing that she was getting nowhere with Billy, Miss Verma asked, "Mr. Rice, do you mind if you take Billy out in the hallway so that we can get to riding?" Mr. Rice responded, "No problem." Billy and Mr. Rice made their way into the hallway while Miss Verma started the riding lesson. Thinking about how to calm Billy down, Mr. Rice got down on one knee and said, "Billy, take a deep breath." "Okay." "Now, Billy, I have gotten to know you well for 3 years at VSA, and I want to tell you that you're very special. I wrote a letter just for you. Do not forget that you always hold a place in my heart, and that you have a future. I want you to be strong and do great things in your life." Wiping his tears from his eyes, "Mr. Rice, I'll do my best. Thank you for being you and making a difference in my life." "No, Billy, thank you. You made a difference in my life also." "How?" "Well, Billy, I had to do a lot of subbing this year, and I could not help you and the other kids when I wanted to. When subbing, I asked myself if I was making a difference at all, since some of the students in the other classes were giving me a hard time. You, however, kept giving me hugs when you passed me through the hallways." "Wow, Mr. Rice, I did not know that made a difference." "Well, Billy, it did. It showed me that I was not alone and that I have value. Now, Billy, do you think that we can get back to the classroom? I know that Miss Verma has writing next, and you are an expert at it." "Yes, sir, Mr. Rice.